Bryce Canyon National Park will forever be associated with two men, Ebenezer Bryce, who gave the canyon its name, and Reuben C Syrett, the Ruby of Reuben Canyon City fame. Planning a last-minute trip to Bryce, I knew there was no chance of getting accommodation within the park. And park accommodation is slightly outside our budget. So I knew we needed to stay at Bryce Canyon City. As settlers became aware of Bryce Canyon and its scenic wonder, and especially after the railroad started to publish articles about it, tourists started arriving at the canyon. One of the first tour operators that brought people to the canyon and provided accommodation on the lip of the amphitheater was Reuben Syrett. At first, he pitched some tents at the lip and his wife provided some meals, but soon he built a small lodge, the original Reuben's Inn. Unfortunately, this original lodge was within the newly formed national park. So once they started to develop the park, the lodge was demolished. But Reuben had a plan. He still had all his land outside the park. And when they started to plan an access road for the park, he offered some land for the road, right through the middle of his property. And next to that road, he built the new Reuben's Inn. Through the years, Reuben's Inn has expanded, and there's now a little town that's grown up around it, mostly still run by that same family. We stayed at Bryce View Lodge, right across the road from Reuben's Inn and associated with Reuben's Inn, all within a quick and easy walk to both the inn and a little strip of businesses. We enjoyed some ice cream and various snacks at very reasonable prices for being in such a touristy area. We picked up some souvenirs and really enjoyed browsing the various offerings. Reuben's Inn itself has a fairly nice store where you can stock up on everything you need. The first night we had dinner at the country buffet in Reuben's Inn. The second night we had a pretty good pizza and some battered shrimp, also at a very reasonable price. And the final night we went to Ebenezer's for their dinner and show. Everywhere we went, we were greeted very warmly and looked after very well. Being from Vegas, we often forget that 9 o'clock is considered late for dinner in most places. So when we only arrived at dinner at 8:40 for our second night, we found out they actually closed at 9. They were not only happy to still make us some pizza, they also told us not to hurry. They would be there cleaning till after 9 and we were welcome to stick around, relax, enjoy our meal, if we didn't mind them cleaning all around us. The theme of the area is very much Old West with all that entails, and you can enjoy some horse rides or a horse-drawn wagon. There's also lots of little photo opportunities set up everywhere. We spoke to some international travelers and they were having a wonderful time enjoying the Old West. Honestly, this is not somewhere you would go on a vacation if it was not right outside a national park, and especially a national park like Bryce. But this is not an independent holiday destination. It's a home base. And as a home base, it is much better than some others I've been to. Sure, the food is basic and everything had a tourist markup. But the markup is actually pretty reasonable. And there was enough of variety that we were able to find something on 3 different evenings. We were there outside the summer season, and I am told it is much, much more busy during the summer. But there's also much more to do, with a rodeo and various festivals during the summer. For us, one of the biggest advantages was that we could take the shuttle from right outside our hotel into the park. And when we went to explore the areas of the park that's not accessible by shuttle, it was a quick and easy drive. We actually came back to our hotel room during the worst heat of the day and then ventured out again once it cooled down a bit. And since we were close enough, this was an easy option. If you're visiting Bryce Canyon National Park for a long weekend, I highly recommend Bryce Canyon City as a base for your exploration. Not only is it conveniently located, you also can't do better for history.